of the Europa League. So there he is going home. He scored a goal in that game, but it was not enough for Galatasaray to go through after losing the first leg of that game. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin, and I'm here with the 18 to talk about the Europa League that happened yesterday and the Champions League draw that is going to happen today. Good morning, John. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning, super fans. Welcome to another exciting show.
Good morning, also. How are you?
Oh, good morning, listener. Good morning, good people. It's an interesting game last night. Galatasaray held to a stalemate. Not even that they won the game and didn't qualify. They played a draw, and it was a disappointing performance, disappointing result all around.
Well, our guy scored, so good game for
Yeah.
him. He scored, but he crashed out. Okay. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. You can join us and drop your comments. I will be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, the result of the Europa League before we talk about the Champions League. If you look at the result that happened yesterday, Bodo and Glent winning 25 goals to 2. So the aggregate is 6-4 on aggregate. Roma beating Porto 3 goals to 2. I think good result for Roma going to the next round.
Yeah,
The aggregate is 4 goals to 3 because the last game ended 1-1 last week. For Galatasaray is 2, AZ Alkmaar 2. Then I think they lost that game 3-4.
Is it Akma?
Yes, in the first leg.
3
goals to 0 away. So they beat Galatasaray 3 goals to 0 in Holland, but that game ended 2-2 in Turkey yesterday. They are out. Osimhen is out of the Europa League. Bucharesti or FCSB 2-0. He ended 4 goals to 1 on aggregate. Ajax losing yesterday to Union St. Gallis, but in aggregate they qualified because they won that first leg, and now they are going to the next round of the Europa League. Series Sociedad 5, Midtjylland 2. So and on aggregate is 7 goals to 3. Anderlecht and Fenerbahce played out a 2-2 draw yesterday. On aggregate is 5 goals to 2 in favor of Fenerbahce. So they are in the next round. Yeah, Jose Mourinho is in the next round of the Europa League. You know, he like this kind of competition. Probably he might win it with Fenerbahce. So let's see what happens in the next draw. The draw is going to happen today too in the Europa League. They will see who he will draw in the next round of the Europa League. So Victoria Pleasant 3, Ferencváros 0. It now ended 3 goals to 1 on aggregate. Okay, guys, let's start with the Osimhen's team. They have been building, but they win all the games in their Turkish league. Every year they are winning the league. But once it comes to Europe, they don't do anything in Europe. Even in Champions League, they don't do. In Europa League, they don't do anything in Europe. They just win their league.
It's not only them.
You could call them low budget PSG.
It's not only them. Even in Germany. But Germany sometimes once in a while they'll just say, okay, fine, let's go.
Who is in Germany?
The German team now, the Bundesliga.
Bayern Munich.
I said, let me finish my sentence. And I say once in a while they'll just be like, let's go for the kill. And they just that season they'll be like, everybody will die and they go and they win it. 2013 and more recently again, 2 Champions League in the last 15 years if I remember. But for PSG and Galatasaray, you ask your question, you now begin to ask, have question marks here, and they're even Celtic of Scotland because they did 9 in a row just not long ago. You ask yourself questions: Is it that you just win the league off the officiating of the referees, or is it that you just win the league because other teams are not financially buoyant to challenge? Because this is the question we start to ask. Because when you come to big stages, Champions League, it didn't do. You come to Europa League, it didn't do. You come to Conference League, it didn't do. Because looking at the French teams this season, or looking at the Turkish teams, Fenerbahce is there or thereabout, Besiktas is not there or thereabout. So you ask yourself, what is the problem with the Turkish league? That's the big question now. What is the problem with Turkish league? Is it that the atmosphere or the environment does not permit them or does not allow them to come into the big stages and perform, and perhaps let us get a wow performance in the Champions League night?
I think it's not the environment. It's neither the atmosphere, neither is it the culture at Turkey or the Turkish football club. It's just a difference when you have a squad that is good enough to win in your country but not good enough to compete in Europe. That's just what it is. They are not good enough to compete in Europe. That's the thing. Like, for example, you can say all you want about AZ Alkmaar. On the night they put up a performance and they got the tickets to go to the next round. That's it on the night. But if you put those teams side by side, you will see that AZ Alkmaar was the better team in the game. They got the win in the first leg, and every other thing after the first leg is just a follow up to a bad entry.
No, I'm not saying this about the AZ Alkmaar game because I've seen the run of games in Europe so far. You've seen the run of games for the ones that qualify for Champions League, for the teams, for the Turkish teams especially. You see their run of games and you ask yourself, what's the problem? Because in big nights, on big nights, in big stages, they don't perform. Through the group stages, you see them play against smaller teams, and you be like, they're supposed to be blowing this people out of the water. They're supposed to be blowing, according to John, blow out. But you see result 1-0, 2-1.
The only Turkish team that has a credible side is Galatasaray. That's the only
and they're out.
Only Turkish team. That's the only Turkish team that has a credible side that you can put them in a Serie A. They can compete. Put them in League On.
Because currently most of their players are from Serie A and they're out of the conference.
And they'll compete. But you can't say the same for the rest of the Turkish teams because funding is an issue. And then when you now come to circumstances as this in this type of games, there is no miracle you are going to perform after losing as carelessly as they did in the first leg.
At least win your own leg. In your home stadium, win. Even if it's 2-1, win. Even if it's 3-1,
at least there was a fight.
Draw.
There was a fight.
The fight no reach.
There was a performance.
The fight no reach. There was no performance. In that game, there was no performance. After the goal in the first half,
there was a performance, man.
If you see the first 60 minutes, there was a maybe performance in the first 60 minutes of the game. After that, the game went quiet.
Maybe performance.
It's
still performance.
It's not performance.
The funny thing about this game, about AZ Alkmaar, even they scored 2 first. They scored in the 42 minutes and the 55th minute of that game before Osimhen made it 2-1 after 1 minute after they considered 2 goals and they equalized around 70 minutes. So they would have even lost this game. Probably back to back.
The first 60 minutes was enough, but after that was just quiet.
But somehow the game ended 2-2 and Osimhen and his boys are out of the Europa League, so they will go home and try to win their league because I think they are unbeaten in Turkey. Nobody has actually touched them in Turkey, so they are going to go there and win that league. Okay, one of the favorite is Real Sociedad 5, Midtjylland 2, guys.
Yeah, it's to be expected though, because I wasn't seeing Midtjylland putting up any fight or any performance.
If you see that game, you're gonna say when they were in the tunnel coming out, somebody look up and say, this fat guy, is he going to run at all for 60 minutes? And the guy was the first person to make it, as in he slipped and they scored the first goal. And I'm like, this guy is fat now, but Anderson of Man United then was fatter than this guy. How was, at least, let's not do the comparison, but has more weight than this guy. So Anderson at some point can play 90 minutes. So this guy should definitely be playing at least 90 minutes, and he's a defender, so his weight could be able to, he can use his weight to bully strikers off the line. But all of a sudden, a back pass to him and he slips. Passing back to the goalkeeper and he slips, and Real Sociedad got the goal. From that minute, the game just started going. I'm like, no, this game is going to be boring because it's going to be just Real Sociedad running them
riot. It is expected for that to happen. But Ajax is one of. Okay, let's talk about Jose Mourinho, Anderlecht, and Fenerbahce. I just personally like Jose Mourinho because of who he is. I like his personality. At some point, I wanted to go to one of my favorite clubs, but everybody was against it. I don't want to call that favorite club, but he is now in Turkey. I think that one of the mistakes he made, that he could have waited before he moved to Roma. There was an opportunity at Inter, even though he did not know at that point he moved to Roma.
There was no contact.
The opportunity wasn't there until I think he signed mid-season for Roma, but that opportunity came in the summer. So, but he moved to Roma. I think if he had moved to Inter, he would have been on top of his game. But now he's at Fenerbahce, but he qualified for the next round, so he's going to play the next round.
When I said there was no contact, Ancelotti was doing well at Everton. All of a sudden, he put up a call to Real Madrid.
See what I'm saying?
No, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying we know the coach is not good. There's no prospect of the coach being sacked then.
Yes,
the letter was not. But Ancelotti, on the other hand, too, the letter was not signed yet to sack this man. And all of it, they just said, I need a player on loan, and they say, oh, please, we need a coach.
See what I'm saying?
If the call has gone through, if there was communication at some point.
Just a sign, just a sign like 3 months. He signed mid-season with Roma. He didn't sign at the beginning of the season. And after 3 months, Inter sacked their coach. What do you expect him to cancel his contract with Roma and just jump to
Like
Inter?
I said, if there was contact, they will know that, okay, possibly this man might be leaving. Or, when you have somebody inside, you will get information from one or two people that, oh, this man might be leaving, because the board is not happy with the results we're getting so far. But just understand that, and we celebrating because even if he had got to enter that season, we are not sure if he would have won a trophy.
You win something.
We are not sure because that season,
if he did with Roma, why won't he do?
I said we are not sure. I'm not saying he will not. It's a maybe.
Yes, he have won the Serie A.
It's a maybe something.
If I won the Serie A, that's what I'm sure.
What if he didn't win the Serie A that season?
Who was there to challenge him?
Teams were there to challenge. Let's not go there. AC Milan was on top form that period. Napoli was on form. I'm just saying. Napoli was on form. AC Milan was on form.
I don't understand what you're saying, man. Come on.
Let's not come and say it's going to be Inter Milan strolling to the park to pick the trophy like they're going to the market. But
you have competition.
You always have competition in this area. You always have competition.
Bro, there was no competition that season.
There was competition.
No, there wasn't.
There was competition that season. And look at it now. Roma went on to win the Europa League or Conference League that season. I'm just saying, for Fenerbahce, he came in and the first statement he made to the press was about the corruption in the officiating and match commissioner. And he made that statement clear. And all of a sudden, they had a game against Fenerbahce, and the same thing happened. People observed it. It was like that game, Mourinho came to that game to talk about everything that was going to happen, and everything happened. It's just like telling me, there will be this, there will be that, there will be that. And in the game, the referee did exactly all those things Mourinho accused him of doing. And he was not sanctioned. So in Fenerbahce, he's going to struggle to get the trophy off Galatasaray. We understand that. But in the Continentals, he's going to try his best to at least lay his hands on one. Either this Europa League now that he's playing, but I hope he doesn't lay his hand on this Europa League because we'll not go hear what. Either he lays his hand on this Europa League, and last night's game was one of those telling moments to tell you that no matter what happens, he knows how to fix a team whenever their team is losing.
Okay, I just said the special one is in the next round of that competition. Remember, the draw is going to happen today. They will know who they are going to be playing in the next round of this Europa League competition. Okay, I think Chelsea too, we're going to find out all the draws. Everybody is going to find out who they are going to play today. So Chelsea is going to find out who they are going to play again in the Conference League, because they are in the Conference League. Okay, one of the favorites or one of the former giants is Ajax. Ajax qualified somehow. The way Ajax dropped in recent years is just I can't understand.
It's to be expected when you keep selling your best talent and
exactly.
It's to be expected. That's the thing, because one of the things, you are either a buying club or a selling club.
Just like
you're either a buying club or a selling club, and if you're a selling club, you have to keep finding the next talent, which out of the next 10 buys, none of them may be the next talent. So you have to just keep recruiting, giving them the chance, and then hoping somebody pops up. And once somebody pops up, you get them out of the road so that you get quick money.
Better money. That's those people, they make better money.
They are making money. They are making money.
But
as
much money as they are making, look at their bottom line. What's the difference? There's no difference.
I think the thing is, it rests on leadership. And Ajax, for me, the board and everybody around the club came out in 1990s to come out and claim that they are no longer an European big side. Since that announcement, they've been a selling club. And they've been winning. They've just been on their lane, because Ajax before has done the Champions League, before have at least 2 or 3 Champions Leagues to their name. So I'm just saying, they've announced they are no longer European big names. And all of a sudden, one coach wanted to take them to that particular position again, where they got all the players in the 2019 Champions League run of games, and they got to the finals with under 20s and under 21s. And
semi-final, actually.
Semi-final of the game. I said semi-finals, that's quarter-final, semi-final to be precise. And they were thrashed out by Tottenham Hotspur. Now, from there, after the coach left, there's been a steady decline. They've changed manager at least twice since Ten Hag left. There's been a steady decline, and I just feel like it all comes down to leadership. In this game last night, you win the first leg 2-0. You win the first leg away from home 2-0. At your home, you decide to bench a couple of players. I saw the game, and in the first 20 minutes, they got a goal and a penalty and a red card incident. Because if you see that game, you know that Ajax were not sure this is not their first team playing. Because they could have at least from the first whistle blown these guys out of the water. They could have at least from the first whistle tried to compete, but the game was just like this. St. Berlin were coming at them, getting the chances. I was not asking, who is the bigger team here? Is it these ones from Belgium that we didn't know about them last 3 years? Or is it these ones that have been in the Champions League, that are European champions? By rights, they are European champions. Who is now the bigger team? Because it felt like the Belgium side were the bigger team last night.
Okay, let's see what happens in today's draw. Who is going to play? Chelsea is going to find out who they are going to be playing in the Conference League. For Europa League, everybody will find who they are playing today. So let's see. The next round of game is in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, so it's back-to-back football everywhere. Everywhere in Europe is back-to-back football. So let's see what will happen in today's draw. Okay, if you talk about the Champions League, what is the big game we are expecting? But the particular one I'm actually looking at for is Real Madrid. They are going to play Bayer Leverkusen or Atletico Madrid. So who do you think, if you are Real Madrid, who
I
do you
think
think
this one is conspiracy to remove all the Spanish teams, just as most of the Italian teams are already out. Why would you be pitting a Real Madrid against?
No, it was from the draw before now.
That's what I'm saying. There is a possibility of them getting Atletico,
yes,
right?
There's a possibility. And Mbappe said that he wants Atletico.
Better than
so that they will not travel. It's their neighbor, so they'll just cross the road and
just you don't need to travel long distance. Just in back again, you're in the next bus stop, you play your game, you come back without spending much on flight and all of those. But I just feel like it will be more interesting if they play a Leverkusen side.
Right?
Yes, it will be more interesting.
I think Atletico will fight.
I think they've played before. No, okay, it was Leverkusen and Liverpool. So it will be more interesting if they go to Germany and play a Leverkusen side. You get, because that was what we wanted to see last year. You get the Super Cup, Atletico, Leverkusen, and what's it called, Real Madrid, Champions League and Europa League. But it was Atlanta that later got to the Europa League. So it was a very good game to see. Club legend coming to play against his club, see what he can do against the Real Madrid. Let's know if the 90 minutes would, because there was this imagination in our head that season that if Atlanta had won the Europa League and Real Madrid won the Champions League, that the both of them would just keep the ball on the field and sit down one place until 92 minutes, then they'll find who will score the goal. You get, and that was what played in our head until we got to the conference and what's called the Super Cup, Atlanta against Real Madrid, and from the first whistle we started seeing goals. But I feel like this would have been the final, or this would have been the Super Cup we would expect last season, and it's going to be a good one to see.
Okay, so who they are expecting Real Madrid? I'm talking about Real Madrid because they are Mr. Champions, so you need to talk about them. Who they are? You think that is going to be favorite to, or who do you think that they should play? Atletico or
I want them to play Liverpool, but maybe in the final.
No, it's in it's not in the draw, because I saw that draw. Liverpool are going to go either to France or so. So Liverpool is out of the question.
So who do you think they should
Leverkusen then?
You know,
because I don't want Atletico out of the competition just yet.
Because of your guy.
He
go lose. He not going to win trophy this year. That guy not going to win trophy. But where I was seeing that game, where we were seeing the game against Man City the other day, people are like, they close the stadium, but there are some teams that will come to the stadium, and after they close the stadium, they'll trash them, they'll be forced to open it back. They were talking about Barcelona, so because Barcelona won at home at Santiago, so they were like, if this Real Madrid team is performing now because it's not Barcelona they are playing against, that they should miss Barcelona and Barcelona will show them paper. And I'm like, once it's no, it's a different Real Madrid team.
Let's see what happens in that. So Real Madrid is either going to play Bayer Leverkusen or Atletico. For PSG, they are going to play either Barcelona or Liverpool. So it's going to be a big
problem.
Big game. If you are a PSG fan, who do you want to play, Liverpool or Barcelona?
He has to be back out because they cannot withstand Liverpool.
PSG?
Yes, no.
No.
He has to be back out, man.
It has to be Liverpool.
I disagree.
It has to be Liverpool.
PSG, they are informed.
They're informed.
It's not Baba. Leave that form.
If they go to Baka, Baka said buy form recently.
See, leave this form. It's not original. It's fake. The form is not original.
It's going to be a very tough
the form will expire when they reach Anfield. So let them just go and face Baka.
PSG is going to play Barcelona or Liverpool that's how the computer drew it. So they must play either of these two, whether they like it or not. So let's see who they're going to be drawn today. For Benfica is going to play either Liverpool or Barcelona. So if
PSG meets Barcelona, Benfica meets Liverpool.
So it's going to be a good thing. For I think the team that had one of the most luckiest draw in this Champions League is Club Brugge. They are going to play Aston Villa or Lille.
How is that an easy draw?
It's an easy draw.
Easy draw?
An easy draw, man.
Lille?
Who is Lille?
Lille?
Come on, who is
Jonathan
Lille?
David?
I'm talking about they have more.
And
What I'm
Joe
saying, like,
Gomez,
they have more opportunity to qualify for the next round for the semi-final.
you will write them up and they will shock you. Aston Villa has more potential of dunking them in.
I don't understand. If you're a small club and you're a Champions League, who do you want to play? Real Madrid or Atletico? Or
No,
who
if
do you want
you
to play Aston Villa or Lille?
Everybody is mates. Once you have reached that Champions League stage, we are all mates.
Now so Brest talk as all of them are mates.
They're collected.
They are not mates. You cannot say they are mates. Real
All of them
Madrid
are mates.
Real
All of
Madrid
them are mates until the whistle starts
I
at the
disagree.
final whistle.
In this encounter now, it will be better for them to meet Lille than to meet Aston Villa.
For me, I think so.
Yeah.
For Club Brugge, I think so. But
You prefer them traveling to France than traveling to
Traveling
England?
to Lille than traveling to Aston Villa, man.
No,
Aston Villa have
no,
Rashford
no.
since you now.
Leave that thing.
They are a big
Leave
team
that
now.
thing. We know. See, we know
It's not
this
only
thing.
Jonathan
Plus,
David.
Malen.
We know this talk. Trashford, Asienso. Okay, Malen, I give him respect. Telemann in midfield, Onana.
See the person they give respect. Malen will not even they play full time.
He no mean, but when he come, when he show, we dey see
he don't score
results.
goal. He never
Rashford
score.
don score.
He don't hit bar.
They don't give assist at least.
Malen don give assist.
Okay.
Asienso don create chances.
For Club Brugge, they are going to play either Aston Villa or Lille. For Borussia Dortmund, they are going to play Aston Villa or Lille. So it's going to, I think both teams are favored, like Borussia Dortmund and Club Brugge. They are going to play either Lille or Aston Villa. So let's see what happens. Who they are going to be drawn. For Bayern Munich is going to play either Atletico Madrid or Bayer Leverkusen. So anyone that Real Madrid takes, the other team takes another one.
That's
So you see, all German, you see that all German.
So what do you think?
All German and all Spain, all Spanish team.
Imagine.
So is
they might be
Real Madrid, see, Atletico, Bayern Munich. Then Real Madrid will not go home.
I think they should switch it.
Why?
Like let two Spanish teams play together.
Why?
It doesn't make sense. It won't be sweet.
No, Spanish team, Atletico versus Real Madrid.
That's what
Leverkusen. You will not see that Bayern Munich now will not use that influence of his Champions League and knock out Leverkusen. No, I don't want that.
You don't watch their game.
That's the cup game. That's the cup.
The cup game they knocked out Bayern Munich.
Of course.
In this particular game that they played, I think last week, they almost killed Bayern Munich in that game. Bayern Munich had about 2 shots. And the Bayern Leverkusen is not
when Champions League reach.
No, leave that one.
We will not see different because that was what Brest did last season. That was how I was here gingering for Brest that they will do this because I saw what they did last season.
Okay, for
against PSG.
Arsenal has is going to play either PSV or Feyenoord. I think Arsenal
easy draw. Now.
So PSV that qualified, they beat Juventus, they qualified from that playoff. Now they are going to play either Inter Milan or Arsenal. Feyenoord qualified against AC Milan. They are going to play Arsenal or Inter Milan. If you are an Arsenal fan, who do you want to play?
I think Arsenal dodged the bullet because PSV did them a favor. It would have been Juve or Inter.
It can be Juve or Feyenoord though, or AC Milan.
Or AC Milan.
So if you are,
it's either ways. It's either they are traveling to Italy. They would have traveled to Italy and still get knocked out. Or now they are going to either clubs in Netherlands.
They are going to Netherlands now.
And probably get knocked out. So if they went to Italy, they will definitely be knocked out.
Who will knock them out? Juventus or AC Milan?
The two of them can knock them out.
Why didn't they knock out?
Why didn't they knock out
PSG? The savior.
No, it's not about savior. Why didn't they knock out PSV?
And Feyenoord, you want to knock out Arsenal?
You know the Italian teams get kryptonite for English teams.
I hear you.
Italian teams, I'm looking at the numbers. Italian teams have English teams kryptonite. The same way a London team, I am scared for London teams to go to Germany and succeed. The same way I'm scared for the same London teams to go to Italy.
If you are an Arsenal fan, who would you rather play, PSV or Feyenoord? And Feyenoord has a new coach because Van Persie just signed as a new coach at Feyenoord. But if you are Arsenal fan, because that's what Arsenal fan is going to begin to do, because they have almost an easy draw, but this particular one,
it's an easy draw.
You know, easy.
Nothing you want.
That was what AC Milan thought.
It's an easy draw compared to playing a Liverpool.
They cannot even compare AC Milan these days.
Yes,
Arsenal.
That's what I'm saying. That the same thing. AC Milan thought it was an easy draw until what's their name? Feyenoord that basically knocked them out of the Champions League. So the same thing, Arsenal would think is an easy draw until they get dumped out of the Champions League as well. So I'm just feeling like it's going to be put up the performance, especially now that you don't have the players, you don't have the personnel. They are not back from injuries yet. So put up the performance.
They have a 2-week period and Saka should be back by then.
Saka go play everywhere.
Saka has to play,
Who go play 9?
Saka is back.
Who will play from the left?
I remember I told you this thing that what's his name? Odegaard may be the system, Saka is the output, and we are seeing it clearly. So far as Saka is back, even if the American carrying chop.
When Saka was not around, Odegaard was there. Jesus scored goals. Let's say it the way it is.
Saka is the output,
scored
simple
goals.
and short.
Trossard scored goals.
Now,
just because Saka, don't be relatively me. Don't be relative. I'm not having relative in this studio.
You scored 14 last season. This season you are struggling to score 4.
The whole team is struggling to score goals. Don't say relative to the whole team. The whole setup is struggling to score goals. The whole setup is struggling to create chances. It's as simple as that, because Declan Rice at some point, if you see Arsenal game, you see Declan Rice miss sitters. Something he has not done in his life. This season, he missed one-on-one with empty post, not even with goalkeeper, because goalkeeper is sitting somewhere else, and see Declan Rice become a Yakubu. So relative to the whole Arsenal setup is not doing well this season.
All I'm just saying is that with Saka in that team, they have a better chance of winning. Simple.
Okay.
Output-wise, he's going to deliver.
So the Champions League draw is going to happen today. Let's see who plays who and which side. If you are going to fall on the left side, on right side of that draw, so you know where you are going to, who you are going to face until the final of that Champions League. It's going to be an interesting Champions League. Remember, this is the first format they are using for this particular Champions League, and I think it's interesting because everybody knows who they are going to play. You know, the other time you don't know if they are doing Pasha, they are doing Ojoro, just pick Barcelona and Real Madrid.
I say and be happy, no, don't scam you.
Yeah, so but let's see what happens in this Champions League. The draw is going to happen today. Let's see who plays who, and in Europa League and in the Conference League. So Chelsea, Manchester United are going to find out who they are going to be playing in the next round of the competition they are in. Okay, let's move on to the Premier League, because the Premier League is happening today, and Leicester City is going to play in Brentford. Leicester needs to start winning games if they want to survive the Premier League this season. If you look at where they are on the table, they are down. They are in relegation battle. For Brentford is somewhere at the middle. But if you look at this game, it's time for them. I will not blame Van Nistelrooy because he did not buy any players.
Of course.
Money no day. You don't give my guy money, make him come buy players. So he's managing. He's managing with Ndidi and 40-year-old Vardy as his only striker that is helping him out. So, but in this particular game, what do you think will happen? Let's have to find a way to get
players are back from injuries. Fatawi is back from injury. Somari can come. I keep saying it. When he drops Ndidi in some games, when the time he chooses to drop Ndidi to the bench has a lot of question marks on it. I know he's just coming back from injury. You're trying to manage him, but he's putting up the work for you. He's the only functioning midfielder you have defensively, and the only in short, he's like the engine of the team. And in the 60th minute, you're playing a draw, you take him out. You don't do that. He has an injury, let him play there with one leg. Because if you move him out, it's just like Arsenal is playing a 0-0 draw, and you're looking for who will come in and get a result, and you're looking at the bench and you're saying, okay, fine, let me remove Odegaard and bring in Jorginho. The system will definitely collapse. You will lose that game. That's what Venezuela has been doing with what's it called, Leicester City. You take off. I'm not going to say Somalia is not a good defensive midfielder. He's a good defensive midfielder, but there's something we used to say in Guanangwa football. We say on a triple lap, like he chases. He's always carried away with the attack that he forgets his duty is with the defense line. He's always carried away with the attack. He's always wanting to join the attack line and forgetting that his job is to win the ball back and help the team build up from the back.
What of it is coaches instruction for him to do that?
That's one side. What if the team needs to score?
Now, if you're going to join
and
the
he
attack,
feels he can make that contribution in the attack, because at the end of the day, you have to consider that.
Currently in Africa, if you're picking Africa's best 11, there's always a debate between Ndidi and Partey, and the two of them have similar style of play. Yes, similar. I'm not saying they have the same.
Similar.
Ndidi and Partey.
What is similar about both of them?
Godwin.
What is similar?
I'll explain to you. I'm telling you, they have similar.
Miles ahead of him.
No, it's the team. They have similar style of play. Winning the ball back, getting the ball, progressing with ball. If they progress and the team loses the ball, you see Partey coming back to get that ball back. You see Ndidi coming back to get the ball back as well. I'm not saying they are the same players or the same, but they have similar style of play. They know how to track it, or they know how to track a position. These are two players. These are one of the two best defensive midfielders in Africa right now that are playing in the Premier League. And you ask yourself, what is the difference between? It's just the club they play for. and he has that potential to be a big club. I'm just saying, if you don't have Ndidi in your team and Somare starts, you see those lapses in midfield instantly.
John,
just like telling me, if you don't have a party and Jorginho starts in that position, you see those lapses as well.
John, can Leicester beat this draw?
It's a tough question.
What do you think? Can they beat this draw? Because if you look at the way they are on the table, they have 17 points. Wolves have 19 points. So I think West Ham and Manchester United somehow have escaped this relegation battle because they are 27th and 29. But the
I think Wolves has something to say about
yes, Wolves, Ipswich, Leicester, and Southampton are so the three clubs that are actually battling for the
they have
survival.
something to say about
yes,
it.
It's three. So, but do you think that somehow they can beat this?
West Ham could go down, but
West Ham is like
you just want to trigger me, but I'm not gonna agree for you. I'm not gonna agree for you. We are not going anywhere. Potter on the wheel, and next season we are going to Europe. I announced it here first.
Hopium.
Next season we are going to Europe, either Conference League, Europa League. But me I not talk Champions League because that one is like impossible. We are going to Champions League.
Okay, John, do you think that both of them? What do you think? Do you think that they can beat this drop? They are just 2 points away from Wolves.
Yes, I think Leicester can beat the draw, but the most important thing is the players that they have out, if they can come back in and contribute and help the team, because it's very tough watching Nistelrooy lose week in, week out without having the ability to change the side to help the side survive this season. And in this encounter, I think they need to start getting points, even from places where you don't expect them to get points.
Even
Otherwise,
if
it's 1 point, Bani collect points. Simple.
Okay, let's see if he's going to Vanessa and his boys is going to beat this draw, because they are in a very, very tough situation to go down. You know, remember they came back last season and they are probably going down this season, but let's hope that I think 3 of them that came up are in contention of leaving, apart from Wolves. That Ipswich Town, Leicester City and Southampton, all of them came up last season, and none of them, all of them might be going back to the championship. Okay, let's move on to our YouTube channel. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. So let me read 1 or 2 comments there before we talk about other leagues and get your prediction for this Leicester game. Emmanuel Okitibi say, good morning, sports crew. Good morning, Emmanuel. I say Brentford will still win today. Leicester City, Southampton, Manchester United are all the same. Look at the way they are just joining Manchester City too. Look at, just imagine.
It's United, please, not City. Wow.
Yes, he's taking Manchester United. That's what he said.
Thank you.
So let's see. Manchester United are actually not doing well. This is where they are comparing them to. Okay, he's also saying, Emmanuel is also saying, how can you call Partey and in the same equation? Partey is miles ahead. Everybody knows that Partey is miles ahead of Ndidi. Let's be frank on. Let's be just true. I don't say I'm boy.
No, I'm not saying they are the same or they are. Like I said.
But that was what you said.
I said similar style. I'm not saying the player profile.
They are not even similar.
Similar style of
it's
play.
It's not even
Have
the
you
same
seen that?
thing.
No. Have you seen where Partey is turning?
Have you seen when he's controlling?
Engine.
Bolaji. See, I don't want to hype this person by disrespecting this person. That's why I said similar style of play. But if you want to go with their numbers, tackles won, interceptions made, passes, progressive passes made. You get. Let's forget what he did I just like one person just had the opportunity to play for bigger clubs, while the other person does not.
If you are good,
Baba, if you are good,
you forget the man you go for the guy in no gree go.
Who tell you?
Who tell them?
They don't submit any bid.
They submit bid, in no gree go. They submit smaller bid. They submit less amount of bid. The bid now let's say no, this guy is worth more than this.
Let me tell you, if they need you, they will get you. It's very simple. If they need you, they will get you.
Sorry, let's leave this debate. The day we'll come back with this debate, we'll be prepared to have this proper conversation. And
let's get a prediction for that game. Leicester and Brentford. Who wins?
Brentford winning. No.
Brentford winning. Also,
players are back from injury. I think they should put up a fight.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Maybe a draw will be good in this one.
Let's see what happens in that game. Remember, in the weekend, it's going to be the big one. It's Manchester City and Liverpool is going to play on Sunday. We're going to talk about all that tomorrow. Big games everywhere in the Premier League, especially that big one. Liverpool is going to play Manchester City. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow on the show. But if you look at other games happening in the La Liga today, is Celta Vigo versus Osasuna. What is your prediction for that game before we start taking calls?
Draw.
Celta Vigo, Osasuna.
Yes.
Celta.
Okay, John, say the draw.
Straight up.
Okay, in the Serie A, it's Lecce versus Udinese. Who wins?
Udinese.
Udinese to win.
I'm going to fold on that one.
Okay, let's see who wins in those games. Okay, let's start taking calls and get your contribution. The number to call is 0915-570-8347, or alternatively you can call 0706-048-5853. Call us and tell us what your own contribution about all this thing we are talking about, or do you think that Ndidi is better than Party? Okay, let's take the first call. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Khalid is calling from Europa.
Okay, what is
where you dey? If you know the Champions League, no talk to me, man. If you know the Champions League, no talk to me. What's his number compared to his last season, man? What's his number compared to last season, man? I thought as much. Thank you.
okay?
Your team now is still good. You have seen it. They came Vinicius came the first
Why are you crying now?
Maybe we can manage this.
Okay.
Happy weekend to everybody.
Happy week.
Why we go Conference League?
Thank you very
Champions
much.
League direct.
Okay, let's see what happens with everybody is good. Let's get your own prediction about all these things we're talking about. Contribution. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, gladiators in the studio.
Good morning.
Morning.
Name and location, please.
This is Lacha calling from Crossing.
Okay, Lacha, what is your contribution?
Your analysis is wonderful.
Thank you very much.
One amazing thing is the way you can tolerate Arsenal. we might not be the most decorated team with the decorated players. But, what I see in this current Arsenal team is people who are ready to play for Arteta. The man has really suffered, mostly in the hands of Pep Guardiola. He has really suffered. You see, as an Arsenal fan, I heard when you were mentioning AC Milan, Juventus. So these two things were so good, and they allowed this Feyenoord and they knock them out. Arsenal is not scared of anything. Bring them on. Let me just borrow the words of Ferguson. Attack, win UK. And defense does what?
Win you titles.
Exactly the point. Has Arsenal been leaking good? No. Has Arsenal been lacking good? No. These are the two things you need to be scared of this Arsenal team. Look at the injuries everywhere. Who in the current, allied coaches that can be able to do what Arteta is saying? The most underrated coach. But look at what he's doing. So many teams are having injury, the likes of United, and then you see what they are suffering. But look at the whole of Arsenal attacking players. All injured. Let's be just tell it that it's even when you drink big milk, you throw the tea. You understand? And someone goes there to pick it up and play with it. That is what Arsenal has done with Sterling.
All right.
So to me, I still believe Arsenal can go far. It's even good that the pressure is not on us. It's even good that in the Premier League they are not giving any chance. In the Champions League they are not giving any chance. It's even good that the pressure has been lifted off the shoulders of Arsenal and Arteta. And I believe we can go far. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's see if Arteta is going to do this magic. It's been the first ministry title.
It's good they've lifted the pressure off them. And they are going to shock us.
Okay,
that shock will wait for
there's no pressure on the pressure you put on yourself.
Because we say this every year. Don't worry, we'll get them next year.
Now so.
and we'll get them next year. And this was supposed to be the year because Man City was off it.
Okay, let's see.
This was supposed to be the year because Man City was nowhere to be found. Man City was even battling middle table teams and battling to at least make top 6.
Well,
and Arsenal was supposed to be like, get the trophy.
Well, first of all, Liverpool is doing well. Will you blame them when Liverpool is doing well? So let's see what happens with them, with Arsenal, if they are going to win the Champions League or probably win the league, the Premier League away from Liverpool. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, guys.
Yeah, hello, good morning. Name and location, please.
My name is Chukudi from Olubi.
Chukudi, what is your contribution?
Yeah, I'm considering that Papa and the state that are not evidence. The state and the state about the issue. So the state are no evidence. Anytime you get that, we say we have our own issue. We have our own issue.
Which issue?
We have our own issue.
Person will get 70 players, they get issue. When you already have 4.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, see, me and you now go get serious problem because Maresca is cooking. He's cooking top 6. And all of a sudden, you guys don't want him to cook again. Person will just graduate from catering school, one cook presidential meal.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, let's see.
Person just graduate from cooking school, one cook presidential meal, and you say you no go born.
Let's see if Maresca is going to.
Yeah, just saying this thing because just hit a bad patch of form.
Not be. I said it from the beginning of the season. We know.
Your own are not bad belle.
I'm not bad belle Chelsea because as it is, we are rival.
Let's take more calls. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
good
good
morning.
morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
We are not get that come online, come start to send a message for YouTube. So I might just call. This is Alex calling you.
Oh, Alex,
Okay,
welcome to the show. Alex, welcome to the show.
See, I'm going to say John don't calm down this morning. You know the anyhow. Please, I want to say this.
Okay.
See my coach. I want to talk about my coach, Ruben Amorim.
Okay.
Because I've been hearing rumors that Manchester United hierarchy they're about to is looking for an alternative, you know.
They are the problem.
And I want to plead with them. Is there any way that people can reach this Manchester United hierarchy? They should stop being stubborn and try to, should I say, even if we are going down the drain, let us just stop all this, hiring aside. It shouldn't do much United
At all.
I don't know the period that you can go injury was, everything the whole team, this Liverpool team, and it's as if Liverpool hierarchy was about to sack him, but they decided to stick with him, and he's getting things right upon that. He's no more there, and it's not even still getting things right with this Liverpool. The Manchester United should learn to stick with one coach. Like the coaches that have come and gone, all of them are good. Louis Van Gaal is good. Moyes is good. All of these previous coaches are good. Why would they be thinking? They should not even be thinking about it. It shouldn't be even in their thought at all. Please, if there's any way that people can read this, will tell them they should leave. Rather, the whole team should go. I'm telling you, the whole team should go. And his coaching staff, including him, should stay. This is what not for you. I know that I'm of the minds of my fellow United fans, and it's the way that you should be. please, looking at you people should read this, you people should read them and tell them, don't let them try to stick with one. Even if we are going down to the let it be so. So far that I can remember the period this man come out and say that Manchester United needs to hit the rock bottom. The rock bottom. I remember the period he made this comment, and it's exactly the way we should try to be from the start. I'm saying it because he tell me well. Perhaps now. No, and as for Arsenal, I think Ateta, I've been saying it before, even from the beginning. This group of players, young talent that is bringing in this Arsenal team, they are going to do more dangers. It will not be even this season. It may not be even next season. But I'm sure that quite all right when Ateta start to pick trophies, whenever he start to pick trophies, the trophy is not going to be one.
All right, thank you.
He will be picking more trophies, and I'm sure that Arsenal fans are one of the most patient fans in English, in Europe.
All right, thank you very much.
So I think that they should try to Arteta is picking trophy. I don't know.
Thank you.
This period.
All right, Alex, thank you.
Eventually, when he starts to pick, he's not going to be picking from one. He's going to be picking from two up in the season.
Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you very much. Okay, he's passionate about Manchester United. He's always joining us on our YouTube live. Remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. So Alex is always somebody that joins us and drop his comment. Today he decided to call us. Okay, let's take this final call. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, Lars, I'm calling back.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you were right when you said Arsenal will always say next year. Yes, I think every team has an excuse. You understand? Just like every fan might have the wrong side of prediction regarding his or her club.
Yeah.
I remember when Chelsea said they were rebuilding the team that would be a killer squad. Now the only thing they can kill is insects. They can't even kill anything. Arsenal will keep saying next year because they were near. Like one Chelsea fan would say Arsenal is FC near. Yeah, fine. We also give Chelsea FC rebuilding system. You understand? They keep saying, hey, look at this. The owners of Chelsea, they know what they are doing. You see these players they are buying where they gel. When will they gel? I bet what time does it take for Eliza?
All right, thank you.
You understand?
Yeah, thank
and
you.
then they keep. So every team will always have that excuse. I think Arsenal we will keep trying until this current squad becomes successful. We are never going to allow the match for other opposing fans to weigh us down.
All right, thank you very much. All right.
And we believe in what he's doing.
Thank you very much. Okay, finally on our YouTube channel, Emmanuel is predicting that Leicester 1, Brentford 2. And Judah Onunko is saying, when I get man, they argue with best on that 3 tactician. That is not so. And manager. 3 questions you are asking him. Okay. So he said, on that 3, you're a coach of number 3. That's what he said. On that 3. Not even on that 2. On that 3. So Chizoba, welcome to the show. Say Brentford to win today. Okay.
Come to my under 17 team.
This is how we are going to be ending today's show. Tomorrow we come here and sit down and discuss the Premier League because it's going to be big games this weekend. Everton is going to be hosting Manchester United. Arsenal is going to play the London derby against West Ham, and somewhere at Manchester City is hosting Liverpool this weekend. So it's going to be a whole lot of football this week. So let's sit down and enjoy our weekend. Thank God it's Friday. Friday is always happy for people that enjoy, but us we are back here in the studio tomorrow to talk about football. So join us tomorrow 8 a.m. sharp. We are live here and also on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. At Vote FM Sports. So join us tomorrow. Thank you for having us today. Thank you for being here to talk football and enjoy our bands and our analysis. I'll see you tomorrow. My name is Godwin.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Vote 104.3 FM.
Where music meets the voltage.
That's what
There's something you said something else. We're trying to repeat it again.
Entertainment.
Madagascar is cooking, bro. You push not.
What's your not saying?
Gospel. And let them have
Yes.
Odinibo.
Awesome programs exclusively on Volt 104.5.